Get ready for some major baseball drama right out of the gate. First up, we look at the massive offseason decision that sent shockwaves through the Mets organization. We dive deep into how Pete Alonso crushed expectations when he signed a huge contract with the Baltimore Orioles, and we hear what Mets legend Darryl Strawberry had to say about the fallout of that move. You won't believe the tension behind that trade. On the disappointing performance of the starting pitching staff and whether they have enough firepower to make a deep postseason run heading into the trade deadline. Find out if they are buyers or sellers. And finally, we close with some immediate action from Pete Alonso himself. We look at the incredible performance of the all-star first baseman as he recorded his first three-hit game of the year, showing a recent uptick in his hitting. Don't miss this update and stay locked in because we've got all the breaking baseball news you need right here. Pete Alonso's departure from the New York Mets has sparked strong reactions from former players, with Mets legend Darryl Strawberry publicly expressing disappointment over the decision. Alonso recently signed a 5-year, $155 million contract with the Baltimore Orioles, a move that reportedly occurred without a formal offer from Mets president of baseball operations David Stearns. During a recent appearance on WFAN, Strawberry admitted feeling crushed that Alonso did not return, noting that they had spent significant time talking. Strawberry emphasized the potential Alonso held for the franchise, stating, "When you have the kind of numbers he was putting, he was going to be the franchise leader of all the numbers." Alonso's impact was underscored when he leapfrogged Strawberry to become the Mets' all-time home run king in the summer of 2025. While Strawberry previously suggested Alonso might regret leaving, he later acknowledged a lack of insight into Stearns' handling of the slugger's status. Strawberry reflected on the nature of professional sports, calling it a business, and acknowledged the strength of his legacy with the team. The decision to dismantle the Mets roster under Stearns has been met with mixed fan sentiment, particularly given the team's current standing. If Alonso achieves significant success with the Orioles, critics suggest Stearns could face backlash from Mets supporters. The context of the move highlights the evolving landscape of player movement and the high stakes involved in major league decisions. The New York Mets' recent decision to move on from superstar Pete Alonso is drawing sharp criticism, with analysts suggesting the move has only exacerbated the team's difficulties. The decision, which reportedly involved trying to play around instead of offering Alonso the desired contract, has seen him join the Baltimore Orioles, leaving the Mets without a clear answer at first base, especially with Jorge Polanco sidelined for much of the season due to injury. Alonso's value to the Mets was significant, primarily due to his ability to leave the field at any moment, highlighted by his status as the all-time leader in Mets history for home runs with 272 career home runs, cementing his reputation as one of baseball's top power hitters. Furthermore, Alonso's consistent presence on the field was noted, contrasting sharply with the situation following his replacement. Data points underscore the perceived misstep. Bob Nightingale of USA Today noted a stark contrast in availability. First baseman Pete Alonso missed 24 games in his 7 years with the Mets, while his replacement, Jorge Polanco, has missed 31 games in his 7 weeks with the organization. While some view Polanco as a viable player who could have filled an infield or utility role, the current injury crisis is undeniable. Polanco has missed over a month straight, having not played since April 14 against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Despite recent success, including a May Series win against the Yankees, the Mets still face the challenge of acquiring a first baseman. Meanwhile, trade speculation continues across the league, with rumors linking potential Cardinals trades to Cubs moves, and discussions surrounding a possible trade involving a 24-year-old slugger for the Yankees. In broader team sentiment, David Stearns has publicly expressed uncertainty regarding the current direction of the Mets, signaling internal questions about the team's strategy moving forward. The situation surrounding Alonso's departure serves as a clear indicator of the complex challenges facing the franchise's lineup and roster construction. The Baltimore Orioles are struggling to meet expectations, currently sitting 11 games behind first place in the American League East. The race for supremacy in the division appears to be tightening between the Tampa Bay Rays and the New York Yankees. To salvage their season and build a deep postseason contender, the Orioles face significant challenges, particularly on the pitching front. Jim Bowden of The Athletic identified the starting pitching as the biggest disappointment, noting that Shane Baz, Trevor Rogers, and Chris Bassett all exhibit inflated earned run averages. Bowden suggests that if Baltimore intends to make a serious push for the playoffs, they will likely require multiple moves to bolster their pitching staff, both in the rotation and bullpen. While some analysts view the team as fundamentally better than its current record and potentially within reach of a wildcard spot, they stress that the current performance is not sustainable. With the trade deadline approaching, the team is unlikely to be active buyers. The path forward requires the offense to step up significantly, with stars like Pete Alonso and Gunnar Henderson needing to produce consistent offensive juggernaut performances to secure the necessary winning streaks. Pete Alonso achieved a significant milestone in Monday's game, recording his first three-hit performance of the season. In the 16-6 loss against the Rays, the all-star first baseman went 3 for 5, including a double and 2 runs batted in. This marks his third multi-hit effort in his last 5 games. Despite this recent uptick in hitting, Alonso continues to battle with a career-low batting average of .225, along with a .307 on-base percentage and a .423 slugging percentage. Across 205 plate appearances this season, Alonso has accumulated 8 home runs, 12 doubles, and 26 RBIs. Looking at his recent form, Alonso has demonstrated improved consistency over his last 20 outings, hitting .267 with 5 home runs, 6 doubles, and 16 RBIs.